Welcome to the GSL Code A. I'm Tasteless, and with me is Kelly. It's supposed to be Artosis and Kelly today, but Artosis, I don't know if you guys heard. I know you know.
It's very sick.
He's very sick. He actually threw up 10 minutes after the Code S finals, and not because the games are so good, but because he's actually that sick. I think he might be going to the doctor today. So we hope he gets better. So I will be subbing in here at the GSL Code A. By the way, special thanks to our sponsors at G-Skill and Intel. We love you guys. And Kelly, thank you again for coming down here to help us.
Thank you for having me.
We're so happy to have you here. And I honestly got to say, these Code A games are looking pretty sick, especially today. We got Moon. A lot of people talking to this guy. He's a Warcraft 3 pro. Do you think he can make it through Code A today?
I really think so. I mean,
think so?
he is the best Warcraft 3 player.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. That's not fair to say. But to me, he's the best Warcraft 3 player in Korea.
He's like the fifth race, right? I mean, he's so solid. His micro was easily the best in War 3. Grubby, of course, I guess would be another contender for best Warcraft 3 player. But, yeah, man, I mean, this guy's so good. Unfortunately, though, he hasn't really managed to perform, in StarCraft 2.
He hasn't shown his true power yet.
No, he really hasn't. And I got to say, it's funny for me because back when the beta was going on and back when the game was announced, all these people would come up to me at events. I was going to be like, you StarCraft players are in trouble. Moon's going to switch over. Grubby's going to switch over. And right now, it's still been pretty StarCraft 1 pro-dominant. But enough about my opinion. Let's go to the Monday match results. And our match results are...
I have Losira versus Ligament. Losira advances to the round of 16. ST August is the other one who advances.
We got, Curious losing 0-2 to Huck. Big win there for the non-Korean bands. And, of course, Revival 2-0ing Xenix Butterfly Effect. Artosis is not here, so I can still say that was a terrible movie. Nothing against Ashton Kutcher.
No, it's
No,
not.
you like that movie too?
Yes.
No. No, it's not right. Over on today's matches. Let's see here. We have
ST Virus versus Fox Moon. Second match is Gunzi versus Liquid Hey Pro. Xenex Coca versus ST Ace. And Slayer as Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus Linux for You.
The Slayers, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Linux for You. It's going to be a pretty sick server search. This might be, I think, IMO.
The match of the day?
Well, for Zerg vs. Zerg, I think it's going to be the matchup for GSL. It's going to be pretty sick. It's kind of weird for me to be sitting in the seat. I think the seat's actually better than the seat you're in. I think I've actually been sitting in the wrong seat.
You need to talk to Artosis about
I need to get this fixed. You only have the wall over here, but I can see who's coming in there. I give them little winks like that. This is not bad.
Let them know they're special.
Yeah, I'll let them know they're special.
Need to talk to John about that.
Sometimes if I don't like them, I go like that, stare them down through our studio door. So again, thank you so much for being out here, because in a situation like this, when Artosis is basically in bed all day, thank you so much for coming out here to help us. I did cast solo in StarCraft 1 for Golem, and that was that's actually what hell is like when you just can't stop talking for 4 hours straight.
Do you realize that it's all Zerg matches today?
Yeah, I know.
All 4 matches.
Zerg is like the least popular race, not by a long shot, but we see less Zergs, especially in the Korean scene.
Hard.
It is hard. It's not impossible to win with Zerg, but there's less options. And man, we're going really fast with the Code A games here today because the countdown has already started. Oh my God, we're gonna get some excellent Code A coverage for you guys here. First game, Virus versus Moon, should be pretty good. Let's see if Moon, the Warcraft 3 legend, can come through with a win here, or is Virus gonna take our War 3 hero out with Kelly and Tasteless? This is the GSL. I think I've said everything I can say. The game has actually started. But, yeah.
This map is Shakura's.
It's map Shakura's. I could have said that. That would have been another good thing to fill in the time with. Sponsored by Intel and G-Skill. And, yeah, we're on. Crossbot's on. This map, let's go. here in the upper right location of the map, we have, and that he probably already infected Artosis, who's still at home sick. Let's see if Moon has the antibodies. That actually made me giggle. We have over here in the bottom left our Zerg player, who was Night Elf in Warcraft 3. Fox Moon.
So, Moon's favorite strategy is borrowed banelings. That's what he's known for. As you know.
As I know, I actually can't forget the one moment. I believe it was Code A where he had like 5 borrowed banelings that detonate him, and it was like the most fail baneling bomb I'd ever seen.
Anti-climax baneling bombs.
I know.
His playing style is more standard. He really likes to go Muta banelings, and recently his playing style has transited into long games. He likes to go with a big army and many units, and as he's a pro Warcraft 3 player, so he's accomplished in both micro and macro style. Today he's playing against ST-Virus, who is a Terran, and as you know, Fox Moon practices with a Codex player who is Lin.
Yeah, Lin. In fact, that was his Warcraft 3 nemesis in a way. When he was a War 3 pro gamer.
Yeah.
Lin was Orc, Moon was Night Elf. Now here they are, kind of teaming up together, being teammates on the team Fox from WeMade. They're both teaming up here to try to kind of make more of a presence here in the StarCraft 2 scene.
Moon is definitely more than ready for this matchup since he practices with Lin all day long, and I guess his favorite army is standard. Besides that, you do see that the Terran is already opening with her 2 racks.
Yeah, this actually could be a fast expand, 2 racks, because he did put it on the low ground. Well, I guess there's 3 levels of low ground here, but he put it on the ground that's where his expansion is.
Well, Moon has already put down a 15 hatch earlier, and the first bunker is going up, and he spots this. He really needs to bring out some drones to prevent this. He pulls 2 drones up. I'm not sure if that's enough because 1 more SCV is on the way. The 5th Marine is already up.
And it looks like the Marine's coming up now. Gonna go ahead and take out 1 drone, so that's 1 small victory. And I do believe the supply depot is actually gonna finish. Oh no. Oh no.
He has a spine crawler coming up though, and he's gonna bring some Zerglings out.
He needs to intercept these Marines. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, he's gonna go inside a bunker. There you go. 2 Marines just went in.
Yeah, and I think the spine crawler is gonna die. Are we gonna see Moon lose to a bunker rush?
I hope not.
Okay, I think it's possible. Now Virus seems to be aware that there are gonna be Zerglings in the back to cut off the reinforcements. Oh boy, this is bad news. Okay, 2 Marines coming up here. Moon needs to intercept these Marines. Now I gotta say, even if Moon holds this, he's gonna be behind. Not the Queen!
Oh, it's the Queen down. He's in so much trouble right now. Thus manages to... Oh, 2 SCVs are trying to repair the bunker, but it gets taken down.
And this is pretty bad, because you know what, there's still enough Marines to do damage. The rush isn't terminated when the bunker dies, unlike StarCraft 1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Loses all his Zergling.
Oh my god,
This is a really big
so
mistake.
bad.
I think he didn't really scout his ram early on.
This is so bad. No, I mean, yeah, I think he should overlord over this ramp. Okay, so these 3 Marines still dealing damage. I don't know if the Terran's going to keep reinforcing this. Oh, apparently he is. Okay. And as you can see, Zerg will hold, but at what cost?
I don't think he hasn't reached his speed. He doesn't have gas, so he really needs to find a way to stop this Marine aggression. You do see that the Terran player has already expanded. He's going to be pretty safe for a while, and I think Moon really needs to start droning up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about him needing to drone it up. This is pretty bad. I gotta say, this sucks for Moon. Moon, I really admired this guy in Warcraft 3. This is a guy that would get a Zeppelin and, 2 heroes and a few, Raiders, what have you, and micro the hell out of his opponent. He would engage in situations he never should engage with, And now, I feel like I'm watching Moon, the legend, sort of get bullied around, being bossed around here in every StarCraft 2 game I see him playing.
Well, he's not panicking though. You could see when he actually tried to defend his Natra, he did not panic at all. So I guess he's thinking like, okay, if I really lose this expansion, I will just play on one base for a while and double expand later on, which is fine. And you can see he's calm, so he definitely would be able to come back from this one. I would say that's how he pulls something out. And you do see he's getting speed right now. Drops down an Evo Chamber, getting layer now. Might see his Muta Baneling soon.
Yeah, Muta Baneling would probably be the best way to do this. Maybe stay two base, versus 2 base. Note that our Terran he's got almost 4 refineries, as we can see, so he's going to be pretty much focused on teching.
Starport and Reactor, so we might see a drop.
Yeah, we could see he could crank out medevacs at 2 at a time, park 1 at home, and have the other one come out and at least try to make sure that Zerg doesn't take a third. Basically, the way that you beat Terran in this, excuse me, I'm lost my train of thought. The way you beat Zerg, rather, in a Terran versus Zerg or in a Protoss versus Zerg, is you keep the Zerg at least on the same number of bases as you. And, Zerg needs to get an additional base up no matter what. So, yeah, that's how you do it.
Similarly, like Tasteless has said, you need to be 1 up as a Zerg player because you always need to have higher production rate than the Terran player. He's getting his Baneling now. I'm getting slightly excited here to see whether he goes for Borrowed Baneling, gets +1 on his Zerglings.
I would love to see that if he did. He's got a Spire on the way too. And looks like we have 2 factories.
Here you go.
Interesting.
Here comes the dropships. Hopes the Overlord scouts this, so he can be more prepared for it, because he doesn't really have much units now.
Yeah. I like the double drop style. I mean, he's not exactly safe at home. There's actually, I just took a check on our preview screen, he has 1 Marine at the front of his base, so Virus's style is a bit hyper-focused on aggression.
Well, that's good. That's what you want when you play Terrans versus Zerg. The most important thing is to be more aggressive. The one who is actually more aggressive is gonna come out better. You do see Moon just drop down his 3rd base, and Virus kind of like knew this. He was like, okay, I'm gonna drop at the back because I'm pretty sure he's getting a 3rd base. Steam Pack goes off from the Marine. He cancels his 2nd natural.
Yeah, and he killed the drone. So Terran is wearing the daddy pants this time around. He is definitely dictating the pace of the matchup. And he's saying that Moon is going to stay on more of a 2-base, massing-oriented style and not the macro-oriented style we normally see from Zerg. Actually, no, I take it back. Look, Zerg is actually going to try to expand again.
Well, he decides to go for the one nearer to his base, which is slightly safer, but it is really open, so that might be a problem. He's already getting +1 on his Mutas, and Baneling speed is almost up, so we are going to see a really traditional Muta Baneling build from Moon over here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's going to be very textbook. It looks like, I think Virus overstayed his welcome over here as he sends the Mutas in, making sure to actually control those Mutas so that the Mutas don't take the damage the Zerglings do. And that's going to clean this up. Moon not microing that last weaker Muta away. And the Virus just got vaccine.
Well, he actually dropped that hatchery right in front of Virus. He's like, I'm going to be able to take you. So, drops down the hatchery right in front of him when he was fighting at the same time. Kind of like that from Moon, and he's going to run on 4 bases. And I don't think Virus has any idea. He only thinks that Moon is expanding on that side. So, the 3rd base that he took earlier that is nearer to his main is going to be safe for a while. But you do see that Siege Tanks already has Siege, and since Virus already know that Moon has Muta, he is going to be more careful with his pushes because he doesn't want to let his Siege Tank be unguarded, and you do see 2 Taurs on the way.
Yeah, he's got the Thors coming out, and you can see the Mutas are going to try to fly in here. I got to hand it to Moon. I was critical of him in some previous games because he oftentimes do like 1-base Baneling bust or sneaky stuff. He's really going towards a macro-oriented playstyle.
Yeah, recently he transited into a way macro-orientated, and as you guys know, Warcraft 3 players has crazy micro, so his micro plus his macro is going to really change the play of Zergs this season. Mutas are going to take down the back rocks of the Terran player. Things actually might work against Moon because if he if the Terran player decides to move out from his own backdoor, the Natra that he has nearest to these rocks right now might be lost really easily. So we'll see how that works out. Needs to get some banelings though, and he's getting Borrow now. So we might see some Borrow banelings.
Oh boy, it's gonna be so good. I would love to see some Burrow Baneling stuff, and actually be great if you could get it out over here near the Zerg's 4th base. It was going to be his 3rd base before it was canceled, but now it's the 4th one he's opted to occupy. Siege tanks, Marines, Thors, Medivacs, and an expansion over here at the top center. Baneling's on the way, and it looks like he will make a Baneling trap, I would assume. Meanwhile, in the center of the screen, we have Zerg moving out towards his opponent's entrance, and you know what? Even if Zerg loses this expansion over here, what about the front of his base?
He's like, that's okay. I got one more. You don't know about that.
I know. He can actually just run up here, and look, he's going to do it. There's nothing up here.
For it.
And he's actually just going to, I believe, is he actually Baneling busting that? He used 1 or 2 Banelings on that to get in there.
Oh, needs to pick up the siege tanks, which he does. Here comes a Baneling. Takes down some of the Marines. Mutalists are going to clean this up. There is, however, 2 missile turrets over there, so he's gonna lose a bit of his Mutalisk, and you do see the Marines are coming in, taking down some of his Overlord at the front of his base. I don't think he has enough army at the moment to defend this.
Well, it looks like Terran decided to shrug off the attack in his main and says, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and kill the Zerg now. This is a tough situation here for Moon. Now he has the Thors in the front. Virus is unaware of the expansion over there. Once again, though, Moon decides to try to push through here. The problem is, I think the presence of just a few of these turrets make it essentially impossible for him to come back in the situation.
He's actually getting a Nidus right now, but I don't think that can save him. He doesn't have enough Banelings. He needed more Banelings to defend this, and I don't think he's scouted enough to think that, oh my god, he has way too many Marines for me to handle.
Yeah, and on top of that, he lost his Baneling mound. Baneling den.
Baneling mount.
Baneling. I don't know which noun to attach to the end of Baneling structure.
He's too shocked. Tasteless is like
the Baneling
too shocked.
shop. The Baneling.
Because you see him lose the Baneling nest, and you're like, okay, that is gonna be really hard for him to come back because of the amount of Marines there over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Comes in, gonna clean out the main. Where are those Zerglings going?
It looks like they're going to the. No, where are they going actually?
He does want to do this though. You do see he has 2 bases still up. One which was his 3rd base, and one in the middle, and one at the 5 o'clock position. But it's very hard for him to come back from this because we have a look at the food count.
Yeah, as you can see, Terran's almost maxed out here. It looks like our blue Terran, our blue Zerg is basically screwed because, yep, GG, he lost his layer, he's going to lose all his tech. And that's all she wrote. GG, Virus.
I think the early bunker push actually made Moon kind of nervous for a while, and he lost his shooting. But
yeah, I think you're right. Well, on top of that, he actually spent so much time trying to just get all these Zerglings, get the Queen out, and just stay alive. Meanwhile, he lost the Queen, he lost his Spine Crawler. I think he lost like a dozen Lings, roughly. That's just too much. Even if you hold the bunkers. Bunker rushes just aren't that expensive for Terran. They can even salvage the bunker if they need to. So, yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
I think what he needed was actually just more Banelings. That's about it.
I think if he had kept his entrance a little bit more guarded, it certainly would have been better. His entrance at the northern expansion, the one that was under attack.
Do you think he should actually have went for the Terran base instead of... he didn't defend, and he decided to go for the Terran's base when he knew that the Terran was actually pushing for
That's
him?
a good question, because he could have actually, at least if he won that, saved his 3rd base. Mm-hmm. So I think with that being said, the game would have gone on. I don't know if he would have won, but that would have been something. So, yeah, it's a good point. If he had come back, gotten a good flank, I don't know if he would have had the right flank. Moon is having a hard time lately in StarCraft 2. If he had that flank, then he would have kept his 3rd base going, and that would have been something. The countdown started.
Well, that's okay. He just needs to shake it off, and go into the second map.
Yeah.
And let's see what he brings us. It's a new map that we are going into, the new GSL map. It's Curves, and we are going to start right now.
Yep. So, well, you say that, but then we have to lace it up with the Korean broadcaster. So, could happen any moment now. We're going to have an intro video. You never know what's going to come. Maybe it's going to be right now.